I'm Samia Morgan, I am 19 years old, and I am from Palmer's Cross in Clarendon. I and 5 other young people have joined with USAID to develop a documentary that tells the stories of 6 individuals from different communities who, despite their backgrounds, have found a way to build their family's assets and secure a positive future for their children. We, the producers, are also from these very communities. USAID provided training for us in video production and has given us the opportunity to tell these stories our way. So, allow me to take you through this journey as we venture to find positive ways to build family assets. First, let's meet Sean Harris, a welder from Effortville in Clarendon.
My name is Sean Harris, 39 years of age. Live in Effortville, born and grow here. Growing up in the community, I used to sell peanut before at a younger age and started washing car. That is before I pursue a career in doing welding. At the age of like 13, I saw this gentleman making some grill on my way from school, and then I stopped and I stood there and watched him day by day, and then I said, you know, I love this trade, I love this work. So that's when I started out with him. I went there, asked him if I could come beside him to learn the trade, and he said yes. I started off my own business 2005, made my little workshop and started off professionally, making like flower stand, veranda chairs for teachers that I had at high school. It was hard because I didn't have much to make, but then, as I said, I still go on, make it, put it out there in the streets, not knowing if it would sell, but then they started to sell. Take them a little time and sell, so I continued to make more and more until people know about me more. After starting my business 2005, I decided to go to the art school so I can be a professional welder, certified. So I went to the Breadnut Valley High School, which they have training for welding and other skill areas. After leaving Breadnut, I went to the Hazard Training Center to pick up from level 2 to level 3. I didn't receive any financial help. I work and save to buy whatever tool or equipment I need to use to do my work. Whatever it has to do with welding, I can do it. Grill, as I said, gate, fencing, fabricating and welding. It has been great, you know, because I work, and as I said, it's not every day. So whatever I work, I just save from it to ensure when there's no work, I can always have a little to put in. This business helped me to take care of my family, and I have 7 kids. My children's education is very much important to me. I actually leave myself of things just to let them have what they should have for schooling. So therefore, things that I'm not necessarily needed, I don't spend money on. I save it for them so that they can get whatever they need for school. Because me growing up, it was very hard for me going to school. I sent myself to school from grade 9. I worked and sent myself to school. I used to do supermarket work on weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. So most Fridays I'm not in school. Yeah, so I know what it's like, so not really want that for them. So I try my very best to do what I have to do to ensure they get a proper education. There are a lot of youngsters I've teach over the years. I always encourage them, if you can't manage the bookwork, learn a skill. You understand? There's always a skill. Plenty of skills out there. You have carpentry, you have a lot of mechanic in the area, you have a lot of welders like myself. I always tell them, find something to do. Nobody say nothing now go on, you have to make it go on. Earlier on I was here talking to one of my welder friends, and I'm telling him that for the next 5 years, even if me have a workshop doing welding, I may not be the one who doing the hard work, but supervising. And that's where I see myself for the next 5 years or so forth. What motivates me to keep going, is that I tell myself that I want to be successful in doing this thing. So I just keep on going. As much as it's ups and downs, still push on.
That, friends, is a perfect example of seeing something, being inspired and going straight for the goal, ensuring that he got the proper education and training necessary. He didn't get any financial help to start his business, but saved little by little from his earnings so he could buy his equipment. Sean loves welding, but he knows that the money isn't always consistent, so he sells from his shop as well. Now, we move to the parish of Kingston with Beverly Henry, a vendor from Jonestown.
Beverly Henry. I'm 55 years old. Grew here in Jonestown with my mother and father, 4 sisters and 1 brother. We started in Jonestown Primary School. Leave Jonestown Primary School and go Melrose College. That was the end of my schooling. At home with parents, my mother didn't treat me like I was her daughter. I feel like a stepdaughter, stepchild growing up. Used to run away very often from home. I run away and go in Spanish Town. Go run away with a friend, go over there, met boyfriend, get pregnant with my first child when I was 17 years old. Started selling liquor credit, and when my daughter gave me money a fortnight, I save a liquor. Buy a liquor fridge there. I haven't received any financial from my family. My daughter, whenever she have, she still receive a part. Any difficult and I call for her, she always there. My mother said she could fix up one room at me, happy for me one privacy. We did it. She give my brother the money to fix the house. He spend when he want to spend and he don't spend when he don't want. So me now move. And the fee move, so not a problem. Anyway, this I got no fire. Burn down the whole place except from females. 3 months after I said I have to find somewhere to go. Anyway, I talk to my daughter and we get one room on 10th Street. $1,000 we take in there. With 1 bed and me and she. Then we sent the 2 other boys them. And there's 4 kids I have. All growing up. So the last one is 24. We did it. One time I sell a cars back loose in the yard. Till they meet them and trust. So them trust them pay. So them come in and pay. By the day down the same person come back and just me stop. When I come around here son now, come live. A couple years well now. Start sell credit. The people them really support me, thank God for them. I used to have my niece them every day them down here with me. My last son is 24 years old. He's not working. It's me and my daughter. I have to do everything. She was here, the baby born and everything, till she go back home. She's still at home and we still have to still buy cereal, pampers, wipes, whatever she needs. Still I bought her liquor. I have an next little grandson, Mother's Day and Father's Day, but you still give something. One of my nieces said to me, Auntie John, why not buy some juice and sell? I said, no, because my neighbor over there sell juice. I don't want to go look no way. I said, we said it. All right, I said, my third sister, I said to her, I say, Sister Judith, if you say nothing wrong for my neighbor over there sell juice, and me I sell it. She said, my mother tell me, say, apples underneath the tree for everybody. It's very important to put aside money for your grandchildren. And not only for schooling, for other things. And it would be really nice if I could save for my kids, but not right now. I don't see it right now because things is hard and this is what I eat and drink from. pay me a cable bill. Whatever I want, I have to take it from this. It's a blessing and I feel independent because when I never used to do nothing at all, I used to get up one time and cry. Sorry for myself, I'm here to feel that way. But being said, you know, I interact with the people and you have some nice customers come and make a day.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I start walk and draw my foot, but me not take it for nothing. But when other people see me now, they must say, oh yeah, walk and draw your foot, so and you're too lazy to lift your foot. But I know start sick me. Anyway, me having now, it get worse and worse. When me do take it up in a hand, because somebody come by Spanish Town and see me come over here now, because person come from over here, know me from over here. So when them see me and walk, you know, them come and tell my dad, say, they don't like how Joan look. So my father come by and come for me. So we end up down a public and start go clinic. Then they put me onto UE. It get worse and worse. And then me just Spanish Town and I come at UE. The medication, we couldn't maintain it. So me just a generator, me just barely a move. So if anybody out there who have a disability can help themselves, please go ahead, thumbs up. Be honest, love and share, no matter how small it is, no matter what you have to share.
See there? Disabled but still making moves. Miss Beverly thought creatively about how she could make a living in spite of her physical limitations. She did what she had to do. She started small, she saved little by little, and now she has a wide variety of products that can meet the needs of her community. Let's now hear from Siobhan Green, an entrepreneur from Flanker in St. James.
My name is Siobhan Green. I am 34 years old and I'm from the community of Flankers in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Before starting my business, I basically just had a homely life here with my aunt and my mother, my brothers and sisters. I went to the Montego Bay Infant School and then on to Barracks Road Primary, then on to Cornwall College, and then on to Montego Bay Community College. The Flanker community is where I was born and grown. I've been here all my life. It's somewhat not easy to grow up in this community and come out to something good because it's always a challenge for us because people stigmatize us. Like, once you hear the name Flankers, the first thing persons say to you is, oh, you're a bad man, or you're a thief, or you're nothing good. If anything bad happens in Flankers, it's in the front page of the news. When something good happens, they don't highlight our good as much as they would highlight our bad. So it's not that easy for us in this community. How you are grown is how you will bring out yourself into the world. And I am grateful for my parents, my mother, my aunt, my grandmother, all my family. They played a vital role in ensuring I was educated and ensuring that I am the person who I am today. My business is called YM Family Enterprise Company Limited. Technically, we can provide anything you need for entertainment of an event. DJs, stages, lighting, whatever you need. I also work for the Jamaican government. I work for the St. James Municipal Corporation. I'm a compliance officer. So I have that as well as my entertainment company, and it works in taking care of my family. It does well, because we live comfortably. This business started unofficially when I was in my second year at COMC. My cousin and I, we decided to have the after party for the sports day. And after the success of that event, we decided that, okay, promotion is something that we're good at, so let's make a business out of it. So we continuously made events going forward for a few years. We did the after party for the sports day even after we graduated for a couple more years. And then we started some major events in Montego Bay until up now where they are actually big events, major events. I've always been a lover of music. My father had a sound system and I was always around the music. Managing the events and basically general management on a whole in day-to-day life is something that I like to do. So it basically came easy putting those together so that we had entertainment events. With doing the entertainment events, we realized that we could expand and be able to provide not just the event, but everything for an event. The business actually grew itself because with the work we put in over the years, the events and the jobs that we get, we keep on growing and growing and growing. So basically the business takes care of itself. Well, the only financial education officially I got was from school. Applying it in natural life, I would say I got that from watching movies, watching TV, and basically taking parts from a lot of things and making it into one, In the next 5 years, I'll probably be the counselor for this division. As well as for the business, I see the business being not just Montego Bay renowned, but Jamaica renowned and hopefully internationally renowned within the next 5 years. Well, I would tell all my fellow peers that, trust me, education is key. Because if you're not educated, it doesn't have to be just schooling. Natural common sense and learning about how the place works and how the country works and how the world in itself works, you'll know that you have to be educated in order to understand it. And if you don't understand it, people are always going to take you for a fool. So education is key. So saving, investing for your child's education is one of the most important things you can do for your child. Because once your child is educated, then more than likely they will turn out to be a reputable person in their community and probably in the world. Once you want something, you dream of something, vision it, work hard for it, and it will come true.
Another great example of loving something and making it a career. Chevon was able to take tips on running a business from all around. And yes, you can learn important lessons from movies. Chevon also didn't stop at his favorite part, the music. He constantly looked out for new opportunities to expand. He has a plan for his future and he is doing all that he can to bring these plans to life. As Chevon said, education is key. Don't let people take you for a fool. I hope you're paying attention to what these remarkable individuals are doing. Now, let me introduce you to Adrian Hill, a restaurant owner from Salt Spring in St. James.
My name is Adrian Hill. I'm 34 years old. I grew up in Salt Spring district. I was born at Cornwall Regional Hospital, Montego Bay. I migrated to the UK at the age of 11, where I went into high school straight away. So after high school, I went on to college. I started to come back to Jamaica around 2009 when I got free up. But really and truly, I wanted to, because I was exposed to like different cultures out there and stuff like that, I wanted to come back and actually share my way of thinking and my concept in the community and try to show that, say, one of the things I was thinking is that like the kids them growing up here, all they knew what to do was to basically be a taxi driver or work in the hotel and stuff like that. So over the coming years, I wanted to change that perception. So during March 2020, when I lose my job, I did a sort of like brainstorm within the community just to find out what was missing from the community business-wise. So there's already loads of shops out there, and I wanted a business where it wasn't basically gonna focus just on the locals, but can also bring in tourists and strangers within the community. So I created two different phases within the business plan. One was just to get the bar and restaurant open, and the phase was just to add on the activities and so on. So one of the activities that I want to do, which would be part of phase 2, was the ATV experience. So you would actually take a ride through the bushes while stopping at different points, and we would have someone there that would actually provide security, but also give detailed history. So I didn't actually do any sort of financial courses throughout my educational history, but I did do my own research myself. So being a software engineer, what's been drilled into me is research. So to every problem there's a solution, and with the solution it comes with research. So I'm a married man with 3 kids. My kids are living in the UK with their mother, and what we have planned for them is that we've actually set up trust fund for them, and we also try to do a savings separately for them as well. And this is just for the future, just in case anything can happen, or just to help out within their education. So the saving is just basically for them as a fail-safe for the future. Okay, so where I see myself in the next 5 years is a very successful businessman with multiple businesses within Montego Bay, probably in Jamaica. But I'm also trying to establish my businesses over in the UK as well. So within the next 5 years, I want there to be branches of Mentor, not only in Salt Spring, but also in town, and ultimately in Kingston, where it's more busy as well. So in 5 years, the restaurant will be completed. We will already start on phase 2, with phase 2 in place. And yeah, that's basically it. Just be a bit more, just a more successful businessman. So my advice to the young people in the community of Salt Spring is to, it might sound cliche, just believe in yourself, believe in what you do. And also, when you're starting your business, or if you choose to start a business, do it the right way. So you create a business plan, and don't think on a small scale. The bigger you think, or the bigger your business plan is, or the bigger your business scale is, the more better it will work out for you. Because if you think small, it's going to bring small profits. So just do your research. Don't be swayed by the negativity of persons out there. And don't be swayed by the fact that you're from Salt Spring. So Salt Spring is just another place like any other place in Jamaica. So it all comes down to the fact of how you portray yourself to others, and how you deal with others that can actually help you grow financially.
An educated youth, Adrian made sure to learn all he could about running a business. He looked for what was missing in his community and went out, got investors, and started his business. He constantly does his own research, and he keeps looking for opportunities to expand. Adrian and his wife have set up a savings plan for their children so they can get a good education as he did. Moving now back to Clarendon, but this time in Palmer's Cross, where we will meet Samaya Morgan and her mom. I have a motto that I live by, and it goes, I believe one is capable of doing anything imaginable. Hello, my name is Samaya Morgan. I'm a resident of Red Road located in Palmer's Cross, Clarendon. I am 18 years of age and I attend the Northern Caribbean University, where I am a second-year marketing major student. My mother, she is an entrepreneur herself. She sells liquid from home, like household chemicals. Aside from that, she raises chickens and she plants gungo trees, to sell June plums, so she do all of that. So I could say that I got most of my traits from my mother, and I've always seen her being an hustler.
The thing that I put in place for my children to go to school, I do my chicken rearing and I do also products. The best things for my kids to stay in school, I didn't get a proper education. I didn't get none at all. So I try my best to give it to them because I want the best for them.
I started my business at the age of 16. Reason for starting at such a tender age is because I've seen my mother and my father struggle to send me and my siblings to school and to provide certain things that I consider a necessity. So it was pretty hard, especially after our house got burnt down in 2012. So my mom had to start from scratch, so it has been hard for her. So I decided that I wanted to be independent and to help myself and my siblings where I can. I fell in love with business basics in grade 9, and ever since I've been an entrepreneur. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur because I have a series of business. My first business failed, but after I did the subject, business basics, I took on business as full-time in grade 10 when we got to choose our subjects for CSEC. And since then, my business has been a success and it has helped me tremendously in many areas of my life, and I've been able to help my parents and my sisters and my brother where I can. So Legendary Organics is an organic skincare brand that caters to hair and skincare issues. I started this business out of a passion for skincare because growing up I've always had acne problems. I wanted to be a dermatologist first, but when I reached grade 9 I realized that the sciences weren't for me, but business basic really grabbed me and I fell a love for it. We offer skincare, hair care such as soaps, shampoos, conditioner, lip balms, body butter, yoni products and hair growth oil, castor oil, coconut oil and all of those stuff. I do not create the products from scratch, however I have manufacturers who I am associated with who makes my products and they're well professionals. In the next 5 years I see myself as a hotel manager, a digital marketer and a well-known entrepreneur in Jamaica and the world. I received financial help to finance my business from saving half of my lunch money. At the time I got $500 and every day I would save $250 until I had enough money. But even when school ended, I didn't have enough money, so I turned to my mother and I asked her for a loan, and she took my baby sisters back to school book money that was supposed to buy her books, and she loaned me that money. And in about a month's time, I was able to repay her with interest. Recently, I took a course called Personal Finance in university, and it has opened my eyes to certain things, especially self-budgeting, how to save, and things that are not really taught in school, especially high school, and what I can teach myself. So it has impacted the way how I see money, how I treat money, and how I spend money overall. So what I do on a monthly basis is I gather all my sales, and from that sales I subtract my expenses, my pay for myself, savings, and sometimes I'll have some money left over and I'll give my mother, I'll give my sisters and tell them to get what they need. I do plan to have children. I want to have at least 4, and I believe that parents should leave a legacy for their children. Where my parents fell short is where I will be strong in. Since I had to build my foundation, financial foundation from scratch on my own, I won't let that be the way for my children. So I'll ensure that I set savings aside for them, I build business that will turn into legacy and generate income even when I'm long gone. So I would advise young adults as myself to find a legitimate source of income and be proud of what you're doing. Always set realistic goals and learn.
I think what Samia is doing to make me proud as a mother, and to see her come and start her business so early. She said she don't want to work for no one, and I'm very proud of that, because when you're your own boss, you are the real boss.
I would say to my peers to set realistic goals, grab onto opportunities, and always receive help or ask for help. I think that girl looks real familiar. Anyway, Samia witnessed the struggles her parents went through and decided to start a business before she was even out of high school. Samia didn't stop at one business and she hopes to do a lot more. Samia saved from her lunch money but still needed more. Instead of giving up, she reached out to someone who could help her, someone who believed in her dreams. Samia didn't have to know to make her products. She just had to build a network of manufacturers that keeps her business going. She's got her head on her shoulders and a family that supports her. Last but definitely not least, we have Roger Brown from Nagohead in St. Catherine. Let's hear his story.
Good day, my name is Roger Brown. I'm from the community of Nagohead and I'm 33 years old. Growing up in Nagohead in the 90s, it was fun for the most part. As children. We didn't really have to worry about much things, but the community hasn't changed much as it relates to development-wise or a lack of infrastructure in the community to engage young persons, such as a park and a community center. It wasn't there when I was growing up, and it still isn't there. I think much the same, the community remains the same, but there's definitely room for improvement as it relates to having channels or infrastructures or programs for the youths. So growing up, I haven't seen much changes, but that is what I would like to see. I started about 10 years ago, so that would be about when I was the age of 23. At that time, I was working in a call center and decided that I wanted to pursue my own business so that I can have time to pursue my passions, one of them which is community development, and that's what I went for. Basically, we have started a house rental business that provides accommodations for persons that might be working in Portmore but is not from the area, so we provide tenants for those. Initially when we started, it was rough, definitely, because we had to be pooling resources together so that we can basically have the establishment built. I received financial help when starting my business. It is a family enterprise, so we pool together, a family such as my brother and my mother, and we basically have the thing done. The biggest motivation was time. As I said, having time to pursue my passion. And what keeps me going is just being able to help persons, offer some assistance to persons, and also it offers me an opportunity to network with different persons, meet new persons, and it has been good. I have received some financial training, most directly through the USAID projects that were offered through the community, and definitely that impacted me significantly as it relates to managing my business, managing money, and also managing people. Growing up, I remember my mom back in the 90s was introducing us to computers, and those times you would have known computer wasn't so popular. And now I am able to make a living off basically computers. So it is important for parents to invest in their children because sometime in the long run they can offer support to you and also maybe support to the wider community. It is important to have savings for your children so that they can pursue their passions when they are outside of school. And whatever establishment you might be establishing, ensure that you save at least even a piece of it for them as well. I have been working with the youths in Nagohead officially for about the past 6 years. I born and grow here, so these are persons that I would have known growing up. And at one point I realized that there wasn't any, as I mentioned, any kind of social guidance for them within the community. So we started the Nagohead Citizens Association and the CDC, and we have been working with the youths, because oftentimes in community, we know that the community can be branded, things that are going on in the past and even in the present that the youths are not involved in. So we're trying to reach out to them before they get to that interval. In the next 5 years, I hope to be alive. That's the first thing. And basically, I just want to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm very happy in what I'm doing. And in the next 5 years, I just want to improve on what I'm doing. My advice to young people and community members, it is important that you have a reliable source of income so that you can maintain your basic needs for you and your children. Oftentimes you might have persons going outside to seek assistance and might end up in the wrong influence. So when you're considering to have kids, it is important that you have that reliable source of income. And as young persons, it is very important that you try to have an income source so that you can build upon yourself and your family and the community at large.
Roger, a true believer in his community, Roger recognized a family asset, worked with the family, and built a family enterprise that has been a major source of income for 10 years. Roger never let the misgivings of his community stop him from excelling and making an honest living. Enough so that he is able to give back and work towards the development of his community. Roger took advantage of training opportunities that came his way, and he learned from each and every one of them. He does that so he can do all he does for his community now.
I always tell them, find something to do. Nobody say nothing now go on, you have to make it go on.
So if anybody out there who have a disability can help themselves, please go ahead, thumbs up.
The bigger you think, or the bigger your business plan is, or the bigger your business scale is, the more better it will work out for you. Because if you think small, it's going to bring small profits.
You dream of something, vision it, work hard for it, and it will come true.
I would say to my peers to set realistic goals, grab onto opportunities, and always receive help or ask for help.
My advice to young people and community members, it is important that you have a reliable source of income so that you can maintain your basic needs for you and your children.
Here are 6 truly incredible examples of how we can find a positive pathway through an honest living and building family assets for the future. So, what did we get from this? Never let the misgivings or stigmas of your community stop you from excelling. Set realistic goals and stick to them. Take advantage of any opportunity for education and training. Find something you love and see how you can make it a career. Don't be afraid to ask for help or work together with others. You can always start small and then expand. Save as much as you can. You can start by saving small amounts at a time and let it add up. If they could do it, so can you. So, have you started thinking of ways you can build your family assets yet? What are you waiting on? Start now. If you want to learn more, check out Positive Pathways on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Thank you for watching.